Welcome back to 1010's podcast with Michael and Robbie and 17 other people.
Party podcast.
It's
this is slip angle style.
The Zr3surrection team is here with us. The Zr3surrection team is here with us at Factor Fabrication, which includes Boonie. Boonie has finally made an appearance on the podcast.
It only took a couple years. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
That's Randy. Why don't we go around and introduce
a
all the people that are here? This is I would call it a slip angle style podcast, which means shit show. I think it's technically the industry term for it. We got way fewer microphones than we have people. We're all just hanging out at Factor Fabrication in the Kanga Motorsports mobile studio, which Boonie so kindly made for us.
Yeah, it was just customized today. We'll probably be giving this away at some event. You should take this to Grid Life.
I'm not taking this table.
You should take this top to Grid Life.
No, don't take this top to Grid Life.
Yeah, you
take
should
the
this
whole
top to
take
Grid
the
Life.
whole thing. Why just the top?
That base is pretty. Yeah, the pedestal's pretty fucking heavy.
Go all the way.
Probably need to take it to my house where we record the podcast.
That'd be a way better.
Give up,
do it there,
give
too.
up the ex-girlfriend's table.
Let's do that.
Exactly.
This is a way better table.
We'll negotiate something after the fact. Okay, so let's start over here with introductions, and then we'll go around the room.
Okay, I'm Jordan, a.k.a. Gordon, a.k.a. Fish Sticks.
I'm Zach, a.k.a. Bork.
Bork.
I'm Randy.
Oh, yes, you are.
Hi, Randy.
The hot shoe.
I'm Max.
Max just... you didn't go home. That's what happened.
Yeah.
You work here, and you just
I
didn't
work
go
here.
home. Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
He didn't have to be anywhere tonight.
No, I didn't.
Mr. Josh Jones can't make it with us. Cute. Yep.
Oh, that's right. That's what I was heard.
Yeah, you were supposed to be Josh Jones.
Wait, let's try that again.
All right, retake.
I'm Josh Jones.
He's our friendly neighborhood steam valve on the team. But I'm Chad Germain. Yep, that's it.
And then we got Boonie.
And I'm still Boonie.
So, can you explain where the concept for this team came from? Boonie, you haven't been racing for very long, and all of a sudden you jumped into this pretty sweet team using one of Randy's old Z3s. But how did this whole thing come together?
This is a perfect example of falling into shit. Like, how'd you get into this? I don't know. How do people fall into shit? It's literally been almost 2 years to the week that I did my very first autocross with Josh down in Oskaloosa. And thank you, Josh. And I did that, and I was like, fuck, this is great. I want to do this. And it just evolved from there. My second autocross, I saw Randy in his clown shoe. I was like, that car is fucking awesome. And then I went searching, found my own, and
Like a week? Wasn't it like a week?
it was like a week or two. Yeah, went down to Kansas City. This guy John that I'm still in touch with, I was just texting with him today, and he had it and was happy to get rid of it. He was LS swapping an E30, and
Yeah.
Boo.
I don't know. There's been a lot. It's definitely been a fast track in the last 2 years to go from just, I don't know, I've never done any spirited driving, to holy fucking shit, I'm driving at road fucking America.
With 60
Holy
cars.
shit. With 60 fucking cars on track.
So the car that you guys use is, Randy, it's your old car, right?
Yep.
And what did you do to it as far as wadding it up at a racetrack?
Rolled it.
Well, yeah.
Here's the hood right behind
here's
you.
the hood. It was kind of messed up because I was the instructor, the lead instructor that day. So I was in charge of telling everybody to not be stupid, and then immediately.
What would you say your exact words were leading up to the first session?
Don't be fucking stupid. It's cold. It's wet.
And this was at Newton.
Yeah. Yeah, this is at Iowa Speedway.
The oval.
Take it easy. Work into it. Don't be stupid. Like, I mean, I think that's
How many
probably-
laps did you make it?
Is it plural lap?
One green. One. There were several laps under yellow, so whatever. The first green lap, I passed actually Jordan going into the infield, and
Wait, did you pass Jordan, or did he distract you by some wizardry?
well, okay, there we go. We got into the root of the problem, actually.
Thank you.
It was my erratic driving
yes,
that caused this.
yeah.
I started the team.
He's not wrong.
He's not actually. Yeah, this is your fault.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'll take full responsibility now that it's turned out well.
But yeah. So it was immediate.
So you hit. You were coming into the infield, and you
Yep.
went over the tires, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I came in. Usually you put your mirror on that inside wall, and I was about 4 feet off of that. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, I'm fucked. I'm just fucked because, I'm going in hot, probably 110, 15 maybe. And, as soon as I saw that I'd missed it by that much, I knew it was over. So I just tried to drive in kind of straight so I didn't, have a side impact, and yeah, hit the tire wall, flew up, I don't know, several feet in the air, rolled and landed on top of a post, right up the butt of the car, not me.
Right.
A little, maybe a little bit. I don't know. It was all shocking.
You walked away though, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
And a car without a cage, right? Didn't
Yep.
have a cage at the time.
Yep.
So that was fortunate.
It was, yeah. Tire wall. Apparently, tires absorb a lot of energy.
That's what we're told.
Yeah.
I'll vouch for that.
Yeah, Robbie found one a few weeks ago.
Yeah. It's totally fun.
So what year Z3 is it?
2001.
Okay, and then
Yep.
is it an M car or no?
No,
It's
no,
not?
Nope.
You raced it for a long time though before that.
Yeah. Before that, I'd had it. I think that was my 7th year of. I did about 5 years autocross with it. 4 years of autocross, and then started tracking it. 4 years after I had it, tracked it for like 3 years. Did really well in NASA, SCCA. Like it was pretty badass actually.
You've actually got kind of a sweet rig. You've got that trailer that you pull the
Yeah.
car with.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sick. And then you stay in the trailer. Is the trailer is it actually a camper, or is it something that you converted to use
No,
as a
it
camper?
was built as a camper.
Oh, okay.
But it's like cargo trailer / camper. So
Yeah.
it's got like the fold down door and
Yep.
aluminum floor, but it's got an air conditioner and electric and all that stuff.
And then you use your
Yeah.
race car to tow your trailer, which
Yep.
is pretty sick.
Yep.
Did you have any issues with that? Did you run into a problem?
Never
or-
once. No. Well, Newton. That was an
Well,
issue.
yeah.
But
You were close to home there.
that
so
was the only
was
time.
probably-
Randy, weren't you headed down to Sebring or something like that shortly after?
Yeah,
that was your plan. Was
that's
to haul
one of
that
the-
whole thing down there.
That was one of the greatest disappointments, actually, because there was a particular person that I wanted to race, and he was going to be in the same class. I was going to Sebring for NASA Nationals, and I was actually the main reason I was at Iowa Speedway was to scrub in tires for that event, and that happened.
Scrub tires.
I scrubbed them in. I scrubbed the shit out of them.
So you had that off.
So many.
You did something else at that point then, didn't you buy a 1 Series for a while?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Were you
yep.
planning on doing any endurance car driving or anything like that at that point, or?
Not really. Actually, Chad was the one. He's just kind of out of the blue, was like, we really need to build an endurance car, and let's do that one. So I just started talking to these guys. I talked to Zach and Boonie, and then we got Jordan and Josh on board, and
Yeah, theoretically, I was just looking for a scapegoat car. I'm like waiting for one of my friends. I'm like, I bet on this guy. He's probably going to wreck his car here pretty soon. It ended up being Randy first. So I'm like, hey, we should build a race car, an endurance car. Hey, you think we can straighten that out? Yeah, I think so. All right. Let's find some hooligan friends.
So how did you know it was fixable? Did you know when you wrecked it that it was probably okay, or did you think it was dead?
Yeah, no, I mean, I knew.
He drove it onto the trailer.
Yeah, I drove it.
Oh, you did?
I drove it onto the trailer. It was definitely bent a little bit, and I knew it. But every single body panel, minus the roof, was completely screwed. And one quarter panel was okay. That was good. So yeah, but both doors, fender, hood was fucked.
I think the hatch was okay too.
Hatch was okay. Yeah,
that was key.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of damage, but it was all, cosmetic
for the most part,
yeah,
yeah.
basically, except for the one corner that we had pulled out.
So you guys pulled that into. Did you guys bring that here to build that car back here to your shop?
So we stripped everything down at Randy's place, had it running, took it over to Tony Morrow. He pulled out the horn, got everything aligned, and then we brought it here over the winter, and took a little bit longer than we thought to get everything prepped. And
When did we start stripping it down? Thanksgiving?
It was fall.
we were still working out in the garage, like outside the garage when it was warm out.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
It was hot when we tore.
Because you went down and picked up a parts car.
Yeah. And we stripped that in 2 days.
Yeah.
Which is still sitting outside.
Which is still outside.
Yeah.
Which,
thank God.
up until the day before our first race, we were pulling parts off of.
So what did that build process look like then? Or Chad, did you have something you could say?
Yeah, it was pretty comical showing up at Road America. Because, you got everybody else in their, fancy big race trailers and their fully prepped cars. And we are still putting stickers on, and we're still, prepping the car Friday before we start running.
We hadn't changed the oil yet.
Yeah, we still need to change the oil.
Putting all our stuff on a hot pit and looking around and asking, who brought the awning? Did you bring the awning?
We were the only team that did not have a tent.
Look at these badass tans we got, though.
Only fucking team there.
We look good.
We literally
Without
had
an awning.
towels around our heads. It was fantastic. I knew exactly where to pit because I had to look for no tent. Nothing. I'm like, where's the hillbillies at? There we are.
Do you want to talk more about that event?
Yeah,
I mean, walk us through that whole event because I think that was a pretty.
We can walk you through.
That was redeeming, possibly event. Would you say that?
Well,
Exciting.
we got
it was surreal. I mean, I had never even been to the track. Josh had been there, Jordan had been there, and Chad. Yeah.
Yep.
They had all been there and run races there.
It's an amazing, you pull up, it's just an amazing place. It's beautiful. I mean, it's...
I mean, just doing time trials last year, but still, I'd never been to a track that was this professional. Like, every aspect of it was, especially the course workers, the emergency crews, they're sending out emergency crews out there on a hot track, and we're, that first day that we ran on Saturday, there was no full course yellows. There was emergency vehicles out there, and then just this was big boy shit. You had to be aware, and just amazing.
Yeah, I got to give it to WRL because, there was one instance of contact Saturday, right?
Car-to-car contact.
Car-to-car contact.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive when there's, 60 cars on track? Completely different classing. You got cars going anywhere from probably 150 to 110 on the same straightaway, passing each other, drafting. Yeah, that's a good time. Yeah.
No, was this your first wheel-to-wheel event ever?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Time trial. Yeah. It was eye-opening. That 2 hours or so went by so fast. So fucking fast for me. I was tired when I got out, but it was, exhilarating.
So walk us through the whole course of the race. Who started? Who was the first stint?
That wouldn't be Zach.
There's really
That's
two.
me.
There's two races too.
I drove fast.
But not too fast as to spoil everybody else's weekend.
Thank you.
All right, thanks,
Welcome.
Zach. Did you guys have a strategy? I mean, talk me through what that
Do we
looked
look
like for
like
you
we
guys.
have a strategy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Asked and answered.
No, we did. We had a
Yeah.
strategy.
We walked the track beforehand.
We walked the track.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly. That, drive fast, pit fast. That's our strategy.
Yeah, no order
Here's the
planned.
thing. Here's the thing. All of us, I'm sure over the years, watching NASCAR and F1 and Indy and IMSA, we've all watched pit stops. Hundreds of them. I've watched hundreds of pit stops in my life. When I actually had to do it, you think I was the biggest fucking moron in the world. And I think that went for all of us. We're just like, when you actually have to do it and you have to focus and you have not practiced, your first pit stop is an actual hot pit stop
Yeah.
during the race. Everything seems so foreign. It was like,
I mean, am
It was fun,
I
though.
wrong, though, that's like, it's obviously not as fun as driving. But that's really fucking fun.
it was.
Like,
Yeah.
it's an amazing experience.
It took us a while to like,
But
you know.
I mean, we were all right out of the box. I mean, we're a little clumsy. We may have spilled a few
Gallons.
tens of gallons.
Gallons.
Jordan
on the
happened
car
to.
and on Chad and on myself.
visors
But,
down.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, Jordan happened to somehow
I mean, you
fling gasoline every single time he got done with
Yeah,
a bottle.
God, that is like your thing,
it was
dude.
pretty.
But
It
our-
was pretty sweet.
Our strategy. We did have a little bit of a strategy.
He
going in,
actually
though. It was-
got me
we
the
did.
night before, filling up the gas barrel. like I'm like standing there next to the pump smoking a cigarette, and Jordan's like spraying me with the fucking gas nozzle.
But I mean, it wasn't like it was just a little tote. It was our 55-gallon.
Our whole weekend would have been over. Yeah, all of our gas.
and
was-
Randy's life. But no big
Randy's
problem.
dead and our barrel's gone.
I was sitting
get a
on
new
the barrel. Like, you guys forgetting that
If we
I
can
would
find a
have
barrel,
died,
we
too.
can keep going.
Yeah, but we did have a little bit of a strategy, and it was we were going to go 2 stints with each driver because we have a
Yep.
pretty small fuel tank, and we were going to focus on that first stop fueling super fast, and then doing a driver change next time. Where a lot of teams they go one driver and switch per stint.
Every
At least-
tank.
every tank they
would
switch a driver.
every tank. Yeah.
So we anticipated we were going to be fueling more, so we planned on a little bit longer stints with drivers.
Who's actually done endurance racing before that event in this group? Max?
Yeah.
Would you like to critique their strategy?
Josh has though, so,
So yeah,
Josh has done some.
yeah.
me
So
and
Josh has. Technically, I have.
I thought you were assuming Josh's. Yeah.
You're the Jones surrogate.
technically, so me and Josh Jones last October, I believe, for another race series, went down there, and it was raining and sleeting and snowing, but we didn't actually run the kink. We ran the bend, which takes the real, I guess, ballsy section of the course out of it. So yeah, me and Josh had been there before, but we hadn't technically like raced the most important technical part of the track, the kink. The hey Boonie, how did you handle the kink the first time in traffic? Endurance racing for 2 hours.
How did I handle on it? I don't
Yeah.
know. I got nosedived by a few people going. Yeah. I mean, I did not push it. You know, it's like Ian Mayberry said with WRL. He's like, respect the kink, and if you don't respect the kink, you're going to wad your car up. And I watched it both in the Continental and the WeatherTech Series races last year. Multiple incidents at the kink. you know. And I'm just like, I'm not going to do this. And I was like, I've got to bring this car back safe. Like, I can't be driving, you know. I'm sure I could have pushed that car more than I did, but my first wheel to wheel and not.
Hold on a second. What is this, Randy, that you just pulled out of here?
That's a can of beer.
Boat Town Brewing. It's 32 ounces.
It's not a can. That's a.
It's kind of a can.
What did you call it?
It's got a pop top. It's metal. It's,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, it's a can.
fucking cake. That's a camper of beer.
Actually, it's full of LaCroix.
Is it?
Yes.
It's awfully yellow.
I was going to say, it looks a little yellow for LaCroix.
Bread
Urine
flavored.
flavored LaCroix.
Barley LaCroix. I just watched you pour that into a can of, what is that?
Yingling.
Yingling.
Yingling. It was distracting.
Good.
Anyway, Boonie. So what else did you do to prepare for your first wheel-to-wheel? Just watch races? Did you do any simulator stuff? Do you have
I
any
did
of
no
that equipment?
simulator stuff. I watched videos on YouTube. I purchased the Ross Bentley virtual track walk,
Okay.
but didn't watch it before the race.
Why would you?
I didn't have the time. We were busy getting the car fully prepared for the track, so I didn't have time to actually do any racecraft.
It was. I mean, we were working
Stuff.
on this thing at 11 o'clock the night before we left, and then
Yep.
we all took like impromptu days off on Thursday to get stuff loaded and finish working on.
Like
even
corner
finish.
balancing?
Yeah, it was.
Like an hour before we left.
Yeah, still
yeah.
corner balancing the car.
I mean, you did your dyno like the week before.
Not even.
Oh,
No.
that's another story in of
Holy
itself.
shit. Wow.
I helped do. I helped do
fuck.
a vinyl.
So we almost didn't even go to Wisconsin, and I
Randy Mueller, Epic Motorsports. You got a
Fuck.
BMW? Give him a holler.
oh my god, thank you so much.
He was very
If he was
accommodating.
closer, I'd give him a handy.
Just like a strong handshake. Is that?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
exactly. Very
yeah.
strong.
And I'd
handshake.
offer him a firm thumbs up.
So Jordan came and picked up the car the day they were Tuesday, before the race, and yeah,
Well, we might want to take it a step back. No. Okay, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You were the one that took it up there. It's Randy and I were back here, like, go. You tell the story, Jordan.
Well, just to take it away, I mean, so we were shooting for a class called GP2, which, where would we have had to end up with the car weighing like maybe 2,500 pounds and like 200 wheel horsepower? It's based on power.
Under
191.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's based on power to weight ratio. So we had weighed the car or suspected at that point that the car was going to be too light because we were pretty aggressive with weight reduction when we built it. And we had talked to Randy at Epic about, hey, can we get a detuned tune? At this point, the car had been running totally fine. It starts up, first crank, it's awesome. But so we contacted him, and he's like, hey, can you just give us something before we go to the dyno? It's just a ballpark to take like 20 wheel horsepower out of the car. He's like, yeah, sure, here you go. He sent it over. And like 5 minutes before I was taking it up to Steve Meyer's place to do a dyno at Skunk River Restorations.
It is literally in the trailer, tied down.
We changed the tune. And then I come in and I grab the keys. I'm going up solo. Everyone else has got to go back to work and stuff. I grab the keys from Boonie to the van. I'm like, hey, he's like, did you get the tune loaded? Yeah, probably should have started it, but it's probably not a big deal. So
Did you say that to him?
He did. Walking out the door,
Famous last
I'm
word.
just like, oh, you
probably
motherfucker.
I was like, yeah, what could go wrong? I mean, it said it downloaded the tune. So I get it up there, and Steve gets the dyno ready and go to pull it out, and just nothing. I cannot start this car. And I have Randy's laptop with access to Randy's email and just like a 5-minute breakdown of like how to load a new tune on it and like where other tunes are stored on his computer. So I'm just like scrambling, like having a heart attack. This is 2 or 3 days before our race, trying to start that car for like an hour. Finally, I call up Randy Mueller at Epic. We get down to the bottom of, he accidentally sent like an old tune from when it was a street car and you were doing NASA.
Yeah.
And he detuned that tune, and so it was looking for the EWS security system, and at the very last minute, we ended up getting a new tune from him. But he's like, "Oh man, you might have fried your ECU loading that tune." And I was like, "Really?"
Oh shit!
So
like,
this
you're
whole
gonna-
this
you're
whole
gonna have
time, like he's on Messenger, on Facebook Messenger, and we're all like in this thread, like, I don't know, guys, like I'm trying to do this, it's not working, and Randy and I are like, all right, we're gonna come up, and he's like, I don't know if it's gonna be worth it, and he's like, I'm on the phone with Randy, he's at work, I'm here in my office, and then all of a sudden, Jordan's like, I just got it started, and I told Randy, I was like, I'm on the phone, he's like, he just got it started. He's like, yeah, I know it just started not working. He's like, no, he got the fucking car started.
I actually left work. I was so fucking stressed out. I left work, went to a church parking lot across the street, and I'm like chain smoking cigarettes. I'm like, oh my God,
Just praying
this
to God.
is so fucked up. Why?
And Randy, I'm on the phone with him, and he's like, dude, there's probably a 90% chance we're not going to Wisconsin. I'm like, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well, I mean, you'd talk to Randy, and
Yeah.
he's like,
"Oh."
if the EWS fucked everything, you're fucked.
So he sends me this tune. He's like, "This is a long shot. It's like the end of the workday," and he's like, "Basically, here you go. I'm out." And so I'm like, "That's it." In about 10 minutes, we find out if we're going to Road America, and it started up, and I think I cried for like 5 minutes in the car before I mustered up the courage to go.
Father
tell Steve,
Teresa
"Yeah,
also
let's dyno
said,
this
fuck.
let's roll this thing on the dyno."
Dusty in here.
He also said, fuck.
Yeah,
Fish sticks. The only
only
time
F-bomb that I've
ever in his life
I was
said
so
fuck.
excited.
But
I
he said
couldn't
it.
hold in. I typed it technically. Yeah, it was beautiful. It started up, and we dynoed way higher than we
We
anticipated.
overachieved.
And we found out why
Kinda used
Randy
to it.
was so successful
Shut
at
the
time
fuck up.
trials.
Oh really? Oh really, Randy?
Because
I
Zach
cheat.
was running the same motor that dynoed 209, and Randy's dynoed no changes to it except for now it's in this rebuilt car dynoed 222
Detuned.
detuned.
I'm okay with it. I'm fine with that. Yeah. I
So we
don't
ended
feel
up-
bad.
So we ended up being in a higher
No
class too.
No words.
Bork wants some tires from you.
Oh.
Do we need to go revisit some records or some trophies? perhaps?
I don't think it really needs mentioned. It's fine.
Don't want anybody looking into it.
Nobody will notice.
So what day was that you did the dyno?
Tuesday.
I think it was
Tuesday before you had to
It was
leave
a
on
Tuesday
Friday.
before,
on
yeah.
Friday
And
morning.
we left
No, we
on
left Thursday.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 days before.
So you really would have been fucked.
Oh yeah.
Totally fucked.
So we had this moment of deciding like, what do? Do we try to go back to the dyno the next day and detune it more and add weight to it, or do we just run with the Porsches and the Corvettes and stuff and GP1?
Because we
We're,
would have
like,
been running
solidly
with,
in
like,
the middle of it.
Miatas and 3 Series.
Yeah.
And at that point, I'm like, I told Randy, I was like, I don't give a fuck. We're not fucking with this ECU anymore. The way it is, what it is, fucking send it. And I think everyone came into agreement. It's like, well, I guess we're in GP1 now, and we're not going to fuck around.
We all just kind of want to go fast.
Yeah,
Nobody
we-
wanted to slow the car down. I don't think.
Yeah, I think we just went ahead and said, "Yep, let's play with some big dogs. Let's bring a little car to a big dog show."
Yep.
So,
Could you throw some weight in it? Would that help?
We could only add 150 pounds of
Oh,
balance.
I
yeah,
see.
we
Okay.
And it would
we
not
could.
have-
Per the rules.
I mean, we were throwing Josh Jones in it. You guys don't know Josh Jones because he's not here. Well,
He is
but
here.
he's like,
here.
Hey, Josh.
he's
He's
like
here.
350
spirit.
pounds.
Yeah,
of,
right.
Okay, that's a joke. He's like, you sneeze and he goes across the room. He's like 140 pounds, but he's a little dude. He has.
145.
Come on, guys. He's not that little.
So do you guys have to weigh your lightest driver? Is that how that works?
He has super
No.
short arms.
Car weight only, no driver weight.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, if you could find a bunch of, if you
Randy
could
wants
weigh
me
the
to
car
know-
only, if you
Randy
could find
wants-
a bunch of jockeys, a bunch of jockeys to race in
stack the deck.
WRL. I think
They'd
you'd be
win.
onto something.
Apparently, Josh has short arms,
Very, very.
like T-Rex arms.
How is that possible?
can't-
8 feet tall.
He can't reach the fire pole, so
Yeah, and I
There's
have
an
really
incident.
short legs, so
So how do you balance that out? So you have short drivers and tall drivers and a non-adjustable seat.
Yeah, Boonie's like 9 feet tall.
Well, Chad brought his puzzle pieces, like these padding that he would throw.
Oh,
in
you
his
brought
seat.
your phone books?
no, not phone books. Like the cute, they're foam. The cute little, they're different colors. They go in like little kids' rooms. You like puzzle them together.
Oh, actual foam.
Oh,
toy
literally,
puzzle
like
pieces?
like
Yeah.
I thought you were
the
joking.
Josh Jones has actual like Sparko paddings that you throw. No,
He would
I'm
have
too
that.
hillbilly. I'm just like, hey, I got my phone with me.
So what do you do? Just stack those up in there and call it good, or
Yeah, pretty much.
because seat's bolted to the floor, right? You got,
Oh, yeah.
you got nothing there. It just
no,
is
there's
what
no
it is.
adjustment.
So, yeah, we just have to make a compromise. Boonie's a little crunched in the car. Actually, you're not that bad, right?
It's not that bad. My legs are a little bit cramped, but
Up.
it's not
and then,
terrible.
and then the smaller guys have to use pads.
And us
They're
regular sized
maxis.
guys are sitting
You just get in
pretty.
there.
Yeah.
Fits very nice.
Being average is nice.
What Zach wanted because I mean, like he's
Just
our
fuck the rest of you guys.
fucking hot shoe here.
Yeah,
so.
Zach and Randy are the fast guys. Everybody else just had to.
No. Chad
You're
ran the
slow.
fastest
You're
lap of the
slow,
weekend.
Chad.
On the
I'd
very
also been
fat-
there before, and you guys gave me brand new tires on one side. So
It was the very last. But it was the very last lap of the race. He set the fastest laps for the team.
right,
Badass.
so I really sent it on the last one.
Badass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, while everyone else is like, "Hey, it's the last lap. We're gonna coast." I'm like
Hammering,
white knuckling it,
trying
through
to
the
pass
pain.
people.
Chad,
Fuck
Chad
everybody.
said everybody's had their turn in the car,
It doesn't matter.
and we're at the end of the race now, and it's like, fuck it,
Fuck it.
let's see what it can do.
I'm like, I'm
On
gonna-
Sunday.
on Sunday, the
So
last lap that the car turned all weekend, and Chad set the fastest lap.
Yeah.
The last time it went, the entire way around the track.
well, I mean,
Good work, Chad.
Wow.
it was my cool down
Don't be
lap.
modest,
job,
Chad.
Chad.
My
Don't
cool
be
down
modest.
lap. What can I say?
But in order for him to have done that, it took some work.
A hell of a
After
damn.
Saturday's 8-hour race.
me.
Yeah. Hey, Randy.
Yeah, maybe we should
How many
just walk
breaks
through.
did you finish with?
I had 3.
3 total sets of brakes.
No,
Total breaks.
He had
3 total
brake
brakes.
calipers.
Oh, I see.
3 brake calipers. And I would like to, just for the record, this severely cut into my drinking time. A lot.
So let's go full fledged story time.
I just wanted to pull in and be done. You know?
Yeah, Randy. Yeah, Randy went ahead and he calls in with an hour left of the race, and we knew that the outside tire was the driver's side outside like
It's
rears.
a carousel.
The carousel.
It,
It was eating our tires. I think it was eating everybody's tires. So Randy's like, "Hey, radioed in. I think I need a new set of tires." So we grab the jack, we grab tires, we grab everything. So we throw everything over the wall. He comes in, and we look at the tires, and they're not all that horrible. But Randy was like, "Dude, the car's just handling different."
oh, dude, like the back end would like step out, just pop, 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 all the way through the carousel.
So
I mean, it would just kick all the way.
yeah, so essentially, once Randy came in, and we're like, "Hey, the tires aren't as bad as we thought." Randy's like, "All right, send it." So and the worst part.
I
so
will
the-
die in this
There's
car.
more of that.
So the passenger side rear caliper
We were in third
bolts.
at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we've got a podium spot. No, I'll die.
Yeah, our maiden voyage out of 14 GP1 cars, we were running third, and this was a class that we didn't know we were going to be in. We were running against vets and Porsches, and it was our maiden voyage. We were hoping to just run the car, let alone be in the podium. So yeah, Randy's like, "Screw it, send it."
Emotions were high.
But so
Jordan might have said fudge twice.
no, I said maybe frick a couple of times. No, but it was so emotional when Randy crossed the finish line, our first race, and we podiumed. And he was on the radio. He's like, "Yeah, buddy!" And we're like waving at him. We were all so excited.
Chad's like, "I want to have your baby."
He rolls into impound, and the car's like.
Dude, every time I hit the brakes at low speed, I could hear it.
We were all still so pumped. We're like, "Oh, brakes are just hot." Like, man, whatever. And then we're like walking around the car afterwards. I'm like, "There's not a brake caliper on that wheel."
And the funniest part is, Randy's family actually drove up. So his wife and his 2 kids are sitting there. And Randy doesn't even know yet that he finished the race with 3 brakes. And then, the whole family's sitting there, "Oh yeah, hey, you could have died."
Because the miraculous thing is the caliper came off, right? And if
the piston,
the brake pads got stuck there,
They were good,
and so
thick, new thick
Yeah.
brake pads.
Yeah.
It just
So-
came off and went.
Yeah.
and they sandwiched together so that the piston didn't pop out.
Yep.
and
Had
you
it
didn't
popped
lose all
out,
your brake fluid and your
It
life.
would not have been good. It would have been.
You basically drove an hour with the brake caliper and bracket and pads sitting there
Just hanging
swinging
Just
by
hanging.
the brake
Just
hose.
swinging.
Swinging by the brake line.
And the
Yeah.
other one was barely hanging on. It was only hanging on by one
It had
finger
one
tight bolt.
It had one finger, one bolt.
Yeah.
So,
And it was about half
We were-
backed out.
Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson to you kids. Loctite.
red high
but-
temp.
but
Say it now.
the greatest part of this is like the entire time we're building this car, like we give Jordan a lot of shit because he's Father Teresa, okay, and he's an engineer, and Jordan gets a lot of shit, right? And I'm like, every time something goes wrong, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be like, a light bulb burns out. And I'm like, "God damn, Jordan." And like, this has been going on for like 6 months. And both of my kids are like, "Jordan breaks everything." Yeah, he fucking does. Jordan breaks everything. Everything's Jordan's fault. And then I pull in with this car and they're like, "Well, it's not Jordan now, is it?"
Yeah, I didn't drive on Saturday, so
Shit.
it couldn't have been me.
So did those work their way out, or were they just finger tight and they just then worked their way out?
No, we
had just done pads.
yeah. Yeah.
So we
At
had
first,
just
I thought
changed-
it was my fault because I did the brake.
No, it's
I did-
Jordan's fault.
Well, yeah, of course, but I did that brake change on the right side rear.
Yeah.
On the right side rear, I was like, I know I fucking torqued these. I did. And it came off, and I'm just like, oh my God. And then the other side was like, oh, there's only one bolt. And then
Randy's defacing a beer can so that they can try to split up the 32-ounce beer into
The
smaller
camper,
beer cans.
the
Beautiful
camper mug
narration.
of beer.
Somebody had some cups around.
well, I'm sorry, I don't have any
Yeah,
It wasn't your fault.
Without cups.
cups
Hey, use your hands.
I'm going to talk to HR.
because we drink our water out
That's
of
HR.
cans.
But it wasn't your fault, right?
No, it wasn't our.
Because that wasn't the only bolt that came out.
Because I mean, here's the other joke. It's like I'm not what you would call a mechanic.
Yeah, we're welders.
Nope.
Yay!
There were front ones.
That's not an excuse.
Well, the front were finger tight, but the rear right came off. The rear left was only one bolt, finger tight.
There was
And then we start looking.
Let's see.
CV joint.
Where do we even start?
how many bolts were finger tight, Bork?
Every single bolt holding to the CV joints to the differential, every single one of them was loose. Some of them had fallen out.
Every one.
On the driver's side, 3 out of 6 had fallen out. On the passenger side, every single one of them was loose. One of our gas tank strap bolts had completely fallen out.
This was
the
an
second gas tank strap bolt was loose.
This was an 8-hour race. And it could have been an
Balls
8-hour race
out.
of death.
But it was so funny because at the end of the race, we were getting super hyped up, and we were like, the car has been flawless all day, right? I can't believe we finished this thing literally at the track, and it's just held together for 8 hours perfectly. Like, we were so high on ourselves. Like, We nailed it.
Little-
We're awesome
We're the
little
best
cars.
fucking
know.
mechanics.
We do great work.
We're gonna get sponsors. It's gonna be legit.
We had
fucking quitting my
all we
job.
need for our ASC
hours and hours,
certification.
and it wasn't just us. Like
We're gonna get
every
interviews.
team, every team was like. I was telling my wife, it's like, so what'd you guys do after the race? I was like, the same thing every other fucking team did. They went around from camp to camp, asking like,
Bolt
"Hey,
hunting.
Do you have this? Do you have this welder?
Jesus
Do you?" It's like
Christ.
everyone was just
Shit
Like,
was all broken.
everyone was everyone
and
one beer.
and
I got
Randy, like,
one
was it one of these
fucking
though? Because that
beer.
doesn't count.
Hey,
That's
hey,
more
hey,
than
hey.
one.
No, it was one of these little tiny
hey,
things.
at least we
Little
put some
beer.
beer in the gerbil.
Yes, that was
The what now?
delicious. Which, by the way, we need to do whiskey in that next time. Just
Yeah,
saying.
we got a little gerbil water feeder, and we put it on the back of the.
It's more like a guinea pig. That thing is
guinea pig.
gigantic.
It is gigantic.
It would
It's
hold
still
it.
zip tied to the back of the trailer.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
it
leave
is.
it to Boonie to observe.
I wanna
That's
know
way
the
too
story
big for a
behind
gerbil.
this.
They said they needed a water bottle for fluids on pit stops. So me and Bork decided, you know what? We're gonna get them a real nice water bottle with a little spout, and it's a little guinea pig guy, and
So good. Refreshing.
yes, and then they filled it with what is that? A Linglings.
Yingling.
You can tell I don't drink.
Nectar of the gods.
You can't buy that here, can you? Who's getting that? Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it's way out east.
He drives just to Pennsylvania.
That's
to
what
get
I'm
it,
wondering.
and then he comes.
I wouldn't
back.
put it. I wouldn't put it past Randy.
Indiana's the cutoff line.
Yeah, you didn't have to go all the way to Pennsylvania, you dork.
You should really check Google sometime.
Damn it, Randy.
So as we're working, like, we start finding all of these problems, and like, we're not going to find these parts, guys. We're not going to find these parts. Like, ask Chris Reister this week, even in Des Moines, trying to find those CV joint bolts, not
Yep.
happening. He had to go to the BMW dealer or something to pick them up. We're like, oh God, who can we? So everyone we saw with the BMW, we were around. It's like, so Josh and I, we found this like, yep, there's our saves today bucket. Go
That's
through it.
my line.
That's your line.
So I was like, this looks like it's going to work. Like, these are a little bit longer, but we can cut these down and bevel. It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, those are off a Porsche. I'm like, God damn it. I'm going to tell Michael this, and I'm never going to fucking
Yeah,
live
boy.
this down. It's like, great. Now, to add
all day Sunday.
after that, yeah, it's just like, it got to be an infection. It's like, now I can drive like an asshole.
Because of one Porsche bolt.
You didn't know that beforehand?
3 Porsche.
Oh, I absolutely, yeah.
How many
I knew that.
BMWs are here right now?
Not enough.
Too many.
Disagree.
Technically 3.
Are you counting the mini?
Yeah, that's
No.
the technically part.
Well, there's the E30 that's
The
dead.
E30's over here.
My wagon, Jordan's wagon.
Oh, 4. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
I can't see it. The van's in the way.
So yeah, we spent 5-6 hours that night wrenching on the car.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny though because me and Jordan went to AutoZone.
Yeah.
We went into AutoZone in Plymouth, and we thought we were just looking for caliper bolts.
It was miraculous we found those.
And then we're like, hey, we should call them and see if we need anything else. And they're like, well, we also need like, holy, like, I'm like, I gotta write this down. I can only remember 2 items. Like, so we just grabbed this. One of the workers, and we're like, okay, we need this, we need that, we need this, and
She was more than happy to help you guys because of Jordan's good looks.
Yes,
right?
yes. She didn't look at me.
Yeah.
Seriously, we get like a lot of shit because of how handsome Jordan is.
they all just kind of
It's amazing.
Seriously.
He's the face of the team.
go talk to them. And they
Face
just
of
kind of
the
push
team.
me
Like,
out. So I'm like, can we
I
have
went
this?
to-
And they're like, yeah. Of
I went
course.
to ask her
Totally.
a question, and she kind of did this weird like, and then Jordan just
Slid right in there.
I was actually wearing my
Hey.
race suit.
Hey.
yeah, he's wearing his race suit. He's like, how's this bulge?
Which,
Oh, I'm sorry. I need some bolts.
I'm not gonna lie, that was probably my favorite part of the weekend. Was like actually wearing my race suit for the first time. Just
Shout out
feel-
to CMS.
Just walking around.
No kidding. Yes.
For the shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, how's my junk look?
It was There was a
This is
it was a
important.
process. So yeah, I don't know if you guys know this. This is something that people overlook a lot when they buy a race suit. Is if you're planning on podiuming,
And we do.
being on the podium, you got to think about holding a trophy above your head and what your situation is going to look like down low.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
you don't want to fucking camel toe.
Pete, CMS, he's super accommodating, but this was an area that he wasn't super accommodating in. I kind of wanted him to be like my guy to like, hey, how's it look? And he's
I was about to joke like
kind of just had to go by my own feel,
You had to get a mirror.
but I nailed it. I nailed it. My suit fits perfectly.
I nailed it too.
Yeah,
I don't know how to recover from that story.
yeah.
How was Sunday?
There's a lot there, isn't there?
There is, yeah. I don't want to unpack
Yeah.
it right now. We can leave it for some other time. The listeners can ponder on that for a while, I think.
Well, Jordan's the one he proclaimed, he's like, I've never lost a gay chicken. I was like, oh, really? Oh, all right. Well, I see what we're doing this summer.
We spent the night in the trailer together. I still haven't lost.
We spent a few nights in the trailer.
I did not stay in the trailer.
You did not.
I was in the van shivering.
I have seen things.
That you can never come back.
You have felt things.
Yeah.
Even my wife was like, how did you stay warm? It's just not go there.
So Sunday was good, right? People were outside during Sunday, right? Not huddled in
Sunday
the trailer?
was Sunday was a little nicer weather. It warmed up a little bit, and starting off the day was Jordan in the car and did extremely well. Like I was.
So I had to
gotta
say this.
I was so proud.
So Jordan,
First race start.
First race start.
First endurance race.
60 fucking cars, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, first endurance race, first race start. I think you did. I think you did fairly okay. Yeah. I think you
Phenomenal.
did fantastic. How
It's
many?
fucking phenomenal.
Hey, how many times did people give you your number one?
Twice with their middle finger.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what? Fuck them. This motherfucker picked up 7 positions in his first fucking start. Like, that's badass.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's badass. I mean,
That's pretty
Yeah,
damn.
it was pretty terrifying. Everyone going that first turn, 60
Oh,
cars are
God,
trying to get there.
yeah.
And I was just like, do not wreck this car. And then after that, just in the zone.
Because before, like an hour before that, I was like, you know what, Jordan? You got balls bigger than I, man. It's like, you're starting this race, like, fucking hats off to you. And Josh was like, what the fuck, dude? It's like, we're trying to, like, keep you calm
Keep it
yesterday, and this
low-key.
is how you treat Jordan? What the fuck? I was like, yeah, that's probably kind of an asshole thing for me to say. Sorry. But he like,
been good knowing you.
yeah. I seriously, you did.
It was
you blew me
awesome.
away. Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
oh,
Which guys?
I had to say this though. Both of our starters, Zach and Jordan, they slice and dice that field.
Fuck,
I
man.
mean, seriously,
Fuck.
both of our starters were strong.
Yep.
So
I mean, we're literally talking like we did not start anywhere near the front either day.
No, we were
Like,
last.
We were like back of the pack. That's where we started.
like the call to grid, we weren't even ready on Sunday. It's like,
I parked the car sideways in the
Yeah.
grid.
Shit, man.
There's video evidence of that. The team behind us, I saw their video. I was like, oh, that was embarrassing.
I mean, you got a lot of traffic to work, and it is emotionally taxing. There is so much going on, and these two.
because even some of the GP2 cars, like, pretty fucking fast.
Oh, pretty fucking fast. Yeah, they were hard to pass, man.
Yeah.
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 You get a car, especially like Road America. It's a 4-mile track. You're probably 2 seconds a lap faster than some of these the podium GP cars, GP2 cars. You're in
So, hey-
a quarter of a track. You're talking half a second. It's hard to get past them.
yeah, and to break it down for those people that don't know the classing, there's GTO, which is essentially unlimited. They're fast, really fast.
We beat a lot of them.
Yeah,
Oh.
we did good. We did okay. Then there's GP1, GP2, GP3, GP4. So we're in the second fastest class, But still, all these cars on track are, I mean, they're really good. They're professional. Well, this was our maiden voyage, so they'd all at least done it before.
Yeah, no
No
tent.
awning.
Yep.
No awning.
Can't tell you how
Towels on
embarrassing that
heads.
was. We're just out there roasting in the
Probably
sun.
how I got TB.
I didn't
The
get
sun.
roasted. I put a towel over my
Yeah.
head.
Son.
But anyways, Sunday we
think that's how you get TB.
No, it probably is.
Randy got sick.
Don't worry about it.
Randy's not a doctor, but he's pretty sure.
But we dipped the car in Loctite after we got everything tightened up, and Sunday went a lot smoother.
Wait.
But the rest of the field,
Has anyone actually looked over the cars since Sunday?
first of all, don't ask
Sunday
that.
went more smoothly.
We have all the things.
Don't ask too many questions, Chad.
Hey.
That's for after the podcast. You guys can go through the car and see what shit's falling off of it.
Oh, sorry, Josh.
So yeah, Josh hopped in the car after me, super smooth. Josh was super quick too, and no issues with the car. Like our pit stops were pretty good on Sunday, but the car just didn't.
We had one.
Randy incurred a 1 lap penalty.
What'd you do?
I handed in the jack when I shouldn't have.
Well, I grabbed the jack when I
Stupid
shouldn't
penalty.
have.
How about
it
that?
was stupid. So WRL,
Yep.
if you were going to work on the car, change tires, clean the windshield, anything like that, other than a driver change, you have to have, if you fuel on the same stop, you have to completely fuel and have the gas cap on and the lid closed.
No, the beer that I have in there.
Sorry, Booney's taking a
This is the least professional
taking a
podcast.
break for.
We're not professionals.
We're not. I've never podcasted before.
You're doing great, Randy. You're doing great.
I don't know, but it itches.
Lots of podcast cherries were popped this evening.
Everybody's doing great. I'm just here to be
But yeah,
encouraging.
Chad was out on his stint, and I think it was 40 minutes into his stint, and we knew he needed tires.
He was driving hard.
I
that's
grabbed
great.
the jack and I didn't close the gas cap, so we got a 1 lap penalty because everybody was watching us.
The hated team.
They hated.
Yeah.
Yeah, we.
Just name yourself Zr3surrection.
Hey,
I do like
Hey, Z3
the Z
erection.
erection thing. It kind of
we don't
makes
touch
people
many
stand on
people
end.
with it.
Did you make an erection pun?
yes,
But
yes, I did.
so on Saturday, there was a Corvette that was running like right with us, and they had some mechanical issues. So that's kind of part of how we got solidly in third place.
No,
And-
we were just fast.
Yeah, we were actually really close to second, and there was a story there involving tires. But so we did well on Saturday, but Sunday we did well too. It's just the rest of the field didn't have as many issues, and so that was kind of a bummer, but still a good finish.
Yeah.
4th place.
Yeah, I mean, they had their mechanical issues, but they got theirs fixed too, and
Yep.
we just ran faster. I mean, placing 4th on our second race, and
You guys got this rad trophy, which is actually a pretty sweet trophy.
It's a nice
to be
trophy. It
honest
is.
with you. This cutout, it's the cutout 3 thing. It's cool.
plasma tracks.
Yes, thank you.
Yep, plasma tracks. Yeah, it's really cool. I dig that. So, plans now? What are you guys doing other than going back through the car completely, which will be perfect, right, Chad?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Everything will
I
be
think we'll have
torched.
to.
Right now, we're looking at seeing like how to better prep the car, depending on what tracks we're going to.
Making a
Like,
checklist.
Loctite.
Yeah, lots of Loctite, but
Or RTV, like Travis said.
Loctite.
seeing whether we're going to do, like, do we take the extra horsepower that we're allowed, or do we do some aero?
Bump down a class.
Yes.
We're not going to bump down. I think we're just going to prep for GP1 and stay there and just, the best we can do to prep the car for the class that we're in now.
Yeah, we started it. Might as well
Shuffle,
try to
shuffle,
finish it. I mean, Road America is a pretty good horsepower track. So we're hoping our next event's going to be at Hastings.
Okay.
And Hastings is kind of a smaller, more nimbler track. So we're hoping that our little Zr3surrection is going to do pretty well there. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're wishing you hadn't picked that name, aren't you?
We can change it.
No, you can't because Boonie's made 18,000 stickers.
That's true.
I know that because I have 3,000 or 4,000 of them at my house.
I have at least 2,000.
And they migrated there.
We got tattoos already.
It's in there
Stuck,
now.
man.
It's hard to fix that.
Where's the tattoos?
Wait a second.
Allow them to show you.
You know, Boonie, nobody took you up on your offer.
Yeah, that's for that free tattoo.
That's
No,
because I
it's-
was denied.
Oh, that's right. You would have done it.
Employees are not included, apparently.
Well, no.
It's bullshit.
So there was Boonie called out whoever got a 10 Cents podcast tattoo. What were you going to do for him? Give him $100?
Give it a $100 bill. Yep.
Are you interested?
You need a tattoo?
Chet? You're not an employee.
Did I mention that I use little kid foam padding for the rear of my seat?
So $100 is $100 is what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude. I could tell you a story. No.
We'll save that for a different podcast. I don't know how to recover from that either.
No.
So you guys are going to Hastings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool story. Yeah, that's great.
We're going out to Nebraska.
Look on your face, man.
So yeah, Hastings is next. We kind of just go through our schedule, right? We got Hastings.
Yep.
End of June. Brainerd is middle of July. The 24-hour race is out High Plains in Colorado.
Yep.
That's September.
September.
That'll be cool.
Yep.
I'm going to that one.
Hallett in October, which, man,
Good work, Josh.
I'm looking so forward to going back. That track is just awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Not your race, my race.
You're going to love it, Robbie.
What?
Hallett.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. How amazing.
So much fun.
Mike. Right here.
Right here.
He said how it's amazing.
Yep.
Hallett's amazing.
Randy's few beers in. He's just grabbing any
He's just
microphone.
he's just talking.
literally grabbing any microphone somebody will put in his face for him.
He keeps talking into his...
He's just talking into
He's
his beer
talking into
can.
his beer, yeah. Next time we'll get like some sort of headset for him, so when he starts wandering around looking for beers, he's all right.
I was
Make
drunk
sure it's
before
wireless.
I got here.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
That's why Robbie drove him here.
I did drive him here.
That's fair. That's okay. You
I
know,
need a
what's-
tire
what's-
swapped,
what's-
and-
That's
No
being
shame, no
responsible.
shame.
I mean, it's Wednesday, guys.
what the fuck do you guys do on Wednesday? You guys aren't this drunk on Wednesday?
Speaking of Randy, can you tell me about the story of this hammer? Why is there a nice? Why is that hammer sitting there?
Somebody give him my.
That's a nice hammer.
Honestly, Robbie, I have no idea. A hammer is for hitting things, and
Certain hammers are for.
I
This is
hit
a
things-
finish hammer.
I
That
hit
is-
things with that hammer.
That is a planishing hammer. No.
Can we have someone that knows what a
So-
fishing hammer is supposed to look
Wh-
like? Describe what the face of it should look like.
Listen,
Boonie, tell the story.
When the car was brought here to the shop, and it
Which coincidentally took up a lot of space.
yeah, we do
Yeah.
need to say, thanks to the employees here at Factor Fabrication for working around the car for more than a few weeks and being patient with us.
quite
as-
some time. Yes.
Yeah, as
You're
as
fucking
the car
welcome.
is being worked on at the same time.
Good work, Josh.
At the same time as the daily business was trying to do, get taken care of. But anyway, I came in on a Saturday. I saw my toolbox open here, and I was like, "What?"
Now, we had to play. So it's a BMW. There's a lot of weak points. Yeah, it
That's
is.
on
Yeah.
that's on record. That's on record.
That's
Just saying,
that's
BMW bolts fall out.
It's-
We've got a couple
right,
of
I
cases of
know.
BMW bolts falling out.
Yeah.
Porsche's
But-
better. I get what you're saying. Continue.
So we did. I mean, we thought through this. There was a lot of planning that went into this build. So we plated a lot of things. A lot of things are like plate shock towers and whatnot, rear diff mount, blah blah blah. So Chad and I are working on this car, and we're like, cutting these pieces to fit, and I'm not I don't know. I don't weld. But I can hit shit with a hammer.
So yeah. So the thing is, we're trying to heat this up and form it. I'm stitch welding and welding. I put up my hood, and I'm hearing knocking. I'm hearing someone
beating the
whamming
shit
something.
out of stuff.
And I put my hood up, and I'm like, Randy, can you use this one? That one's bigger. So
yeah. Give me a
so
big
I grabbed
hammer.
the bigger hammer.
We got some
Randy
shit
says.
done.
Boonie, and
So I put this hammer down. Well, I'm literally pounding what? 1/8-inch plate.
Yeah.
No, it's
yeah.
I'm getting this shit red hot, literally red hot with the oxy torch,
And then beating it with the
and
hammer.
then beating it with this
Just
fucking
100% blacksmith.
great hammer. I mean, this is a good fucking.
It's not a
hammer,
very
you
heavy
guys.
hammer, but yeah.
It was.
It's
a
no-
good hammer.
Still is. You can do shit with it.
So Boonie, is this your hammer?
This is my hammer.
So-
I bought this hammer, a slapper, and a dolly 15 years ago over at the body parts store
My God.
for about $200 when at that time in my life I really didn't have $200 to be spending on fucking tools.
Oh God.
And I'm
You
looking
done fucked up.
I fucked up.
and now I'm looking at this hammer that I've carried around for 15 years and looking at the face of it, I'm like,
And he goes, okay, did someone use this? And what does he do? What does he do?
Oh my God. Dude.
There's me.
Fire.
There's
Fucking
Randy.
fire.
And he goes like this.
Boom. Right there.
He looks right at me. And I'm just like,
Right
what
at
the?
Chad.
I know I'm derpy, but come on, man. Like, it was
Chad
Randy
knows
this
what
time.
this hammer is, apparently.
Yeah.
I did not. And, well, yeah. I was like, that's a nice fucking hammer, man.
I'm like, it was.
I had no fucking clue. I thought it was. I used to build barns. I built actually a barn right across the street there, one of those Hannafin buildings.
Oh.
I hit big fucking nails with big fucking hammers. That's my experience with hammers. Like, oh God, I was so stupid.
To hear Boonie's deep emotional connection to the hammer makes his story.
Oh my
so
God,
much better.
I want to. Boonie, I want to like do things for you now.
I mean, Boonie wasn't just irritated. I mean,
Fire.
I mean, his
fire,
just
literal fire came
Josh
out
is
of his
texting us.
eyeballs, and
How did it go?
Josh, how'd it go? Tell him to come on down.
great.
Hi, Josh. Hi, Josh.
Hey, you're wearing a lot more colors this time. It's usually just black goth death.
And your hair was
My
Your hair
black
looks
pants were
amazing.
dirty.
How did it come in so fast?
but yeah, it was
It was a learning experience.
really a moment. Like, I thought Chad was gonna die. I was gonna let him. I didn't care.
Chad was definitely using that hammer.
Yeah, more drive time for the rest of us. We had his money by that point.
Well, and at
so-
that point in time, the cage had already been built, so
yeah,
it was
fine. Totally.
We-
Actually, it hadn't even been started. Oh my
Yeah,
God, we'd
whoops.
have been fucked.
Yeah. Randy, I can't believe you almost let Chad die before the cage was done.
I did.
You wouldn't have been. I offered several times.
But yes, yeah. So that I am the one that ruined Boonie's
The hammer.
So they were telling me the story while I was helping them wrap vinyl on it. And that's been like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I still random throughout the day. I'll sit there and go, that's a nice fucking hammer.
It's a
And I'll
nice.
laugh out loud. And everyone looks at me like, what the fuck are you laughing at? You wouldn't get it, but it's fucking hilarious.
The first time we told Robbie this story over at Randy's garage, like I've never seen a grown man guffaw and double over laughing so hard in my life. I'm like, this is a humorous story, but god damn, Robbie, you got to get out, brother.
As soon as they started telling it, I knew exactly what he did. Because he points to
People should label this shit.
he points
Not for beating on shit.
he points to the tower. He's like,
That's an applicable label.
Not technically a hammer.
Yeah, don't use as a hammer.
You just put a sticker on it that says "Keep your dick beaters off this."
Not for Randy.
Yeah.
And nobody uses it for anything.
That's here.
Problem solved.
That's what Maya wrote on some of his tools in the other shop. Yeah.
I didn't touch those, Boonie.
Yeah, well, there we go. Yeah.
There's a lesson to be learned for everybody here, I think. Labeling tools is important for some people.
Mostly dipshits.
I can't believe we built this car. And it mostly
The
held
caliper
together.
falling off
Yeah,
explains a
all
lot.
the bolts fell out.
It makes a lot of sense, really.
You know, that's so crazy though, because you know, we talked about this earlier. I have been driving that car for 10 years. You know, I have tracked it. I've driven that car as hard as you can drive a car. And that never fucking happened. Like, that was never a concern. And then we pull in after 8 hours of endurance racing. And there's no fucking bolts left in this piece of shit.
Well, who was that guy? That guy on the team, the E46 that blew the engine?
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, we've been doing this long enough. Yeah, you got to Loctite every
Loctite
fucking
everything."
bolt." We're like, "You don't say."
Huh.
Well, now you know.
Well, there's a lesson there.
Yeah.
But what's funny is we talked to those guys on Friday. And Loctite everything. Then Saturday,
Are you
That's
sure we
a
got a
good
Loctite
idea.
on everything?
Yeah.
Turns
Yeah.
out you do.
Yeah, we did talk to those guys, didn't we?
I didn't know he told us the Loctite on Friday.
Yeah, why'd you keep that a secret?
I did. Well, I didn't know that part, but
I was going to say, a lot of fingers are starting to point back at Randy.
fuck, man. Was it me? I don't know. I blacked out.
First the hammer, then the 1 lap penalty, and now the Loctite you withheld from us?
Jesus Christ.
Are you trying to sabotage us?
hey, I am just glad that he didn't roll it this time. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah.
He got that out of his system.
No, he didn't.
All right? He did it once. He's not going to do it a second time,
He
probably.
didn't even come close to rolling.
Shut your mouth.
No guarantee.
I'll roll
No
that
guarantees
fucking
on
car
that.
if I want to.
We have a cage now. Shit. Somebody's
Do what I want.
do what I want. I am sorry that I came on your podcast and told you to shut your mouth.
Worst things have
I
happened.
truly
on this podcast.
apologize.
I feel like Randy's now just the scapegoat for everything.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I
it's
feel
Trent, it's Randy now.
Your kids
I can
now
hear
are gonna
Adam
start being-
breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, you got to come back on when Adam's here, when he
Yeah.
doesn't have influenza.
Yeah, I want to do that, and I want to know what the topic is that we're going to talk about.
I'll give you all the notes ahead of time.
Give
You
me
can
a
do whatever you
note
want.
because I would really like
Just
the stack ranking. Like, I would have loved to have been on.
we can do a ranking one with you. We'll come in here. We'll do it.
We could
Yeah.
do one right now.
What are we ranking?
Anything. What do you want to rank?
Hammers.
Hammers. Plenishing hammers. Don't fucking don't not just
Last.
don't.
Last
actually
place.
Last place.
They work,
I have a
don't they?
We could rank our least favorite vendors that we've experienced through this build.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Maybe we don't want to cross.
I don't think we
we
wanna
don't
go
want to.
there.
We don't want to bash some of the.
I have some bones.
Yeah.
No, I've got legitimate bones.
No,
to
see,
pick.
Adam got pissed at Rock Auto last week, and I feel like that backfired. There's some people that really like Rock Auto.
Oh, I like Rock Auto
do
too,
too.
but there's also fuckheads.
There, somebody stood up
It's
for
the
Adam.
same with any auto parts store. I mean, it's only as
Yeah,
good
it's
as
just
the
on the
parts
internet.
guy.
It's a
Right.
matter of time. They're gonna fuck you over. Yeah, you
He
know.
had a scenario where he couldn't leave, the car was down, he couldn't leave the house, and he got the wrong parts from Rock Auto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would piss you
yeah,
off.
that was that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll fuck you. You'll
Yeah,
be upset.
and that's happened to me on multiple. I work on a lot. That's how I fund my racing shit is working on cars and changing tires and shit. And Rock Auto's fucked me over on multiple occasions.
But you keep going
multiple
back.
occasions. I keep going back. It's the cheapest. They're cheap. You know.
But what's
they're
your
cheap.
other option? It's go to the auto parts store,
Go
and
to
they
the
give
auto
you the
parts
wrong
store
part.
and pay double. You
Right.
know.
At least you can go back,
And
but you'll still get the wrong part.
fucking
Yeah.
part. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's It is what it is.
It's part of the experience.
As a former
is.
parts guy, fuck you.
You don't know though what the fuck you're talking
You
about.
gave
guy.
me the wrong information.
There we go.
You selected the 4-cylinder when it was the 6-cylinder. That's what happened.
Is it all-wheel drive?
Sure.
I don't know. Go fucking find out.
Well, it matters if you're looking for a front axle.
I need some wipers. Automatic or manual transmission?
There's a goddamn book in the aisle. Go look it up yourself.
Say that again, Gordo.
Yeah.
Say what?
Nothing. Your joke.
What
Your
did I
joke
say?
about the
Wiper
wipers,
blades.
automatic or manual transmission.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't catch it on the mic. It's okay.
It is
I
a
forgot about that
legitimate
already.
question in the system too. It's
Yeah,
like,
you have
it
to
doesn't
ask
matter,
it.
but I have to answer this.
But that said, we did, we bought parts from a multitude of people. And we ran into, like, Randy Mueller from Epic Motorsports.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this dude, I shit you not, man. I mean, like,
Was he
he's
epic?
probably fucking hates me. I'm 100% sure. He just, like, he sees my name and he's like, Jesus Christ, this fucking guy. But like he took care of us. Like he like went above and beyond and just like I cannot even say enough. Excellent product for one, and then like just taking his personal time to help us out, like amazing.
When our world was on fire.
When our world was on fucking like we were not going to make a race that we had planned that we've been working like 6 months to get to. We didn't tell him any of that. He just did it, But then
Now I do have to
we'll
say,
leave some unnamed.
if anybody's listening, watching this, and they're thinking of dabbling into the whole building an endurance car, it takes a lot of time.
And money.
Josh, the JJ Jones, he was getting he was saying,
Thanks, Josh.
yeah, Josh, you said you were getting what 3-hour cat naps for like weeks because he sometimes works third shift, so he would come in, take a cat nap. Basically when Randy would get out of the when he would get done pulling an 8-hour shift after him working all day, and I moved away, so
You got the fuck out
so
of
I
that
didn't have to do
situation.
anything.
Tired of this shit. I'm leaving. You
I
guys
welded
will
the
figure it
cage and I was like, I'm gone.
out.
But
See you guys later.
But
What
yeah,
a
there
dick.
is so many sweat hours
How
into
many do you think?
building a car.
How many hours are in
at
this car?
least more than 50.
Well, how many hours? How many hours were you actually sweating?
At least
50.
I sweat all the time. I'm sweating right now. Actually.
But
It looks like I'm busy.
Would someone give him a mic?
Somebody just needs to mic Randy. Someone needs to be monitoring Randy at all times.
I'm fat. I got fucking back boobs. That's why my arms are so long. They're actually not. They're T-Rex arms.
Jones was having a hard time reaching the fire pole in the race car, and Randy's solution was, dude, grow some back boobs.
Yeah, just get some back boobs. I got no problem reaching that thing. I mean, but I got tits on my back, so. Look at that. Yeah. Touch them.
I can't recover.
Right? Yeah. No.
Where do we go now, Michael?
I've done pretty well for 170 episodes. I've done pretty well keeping things moving. I don't know what to do with you guys. I don't know what to do.
We had a good run.
We had a pretty good run. Yeah, it was
People used to like this show.
like 3 years. We did pretty good. But I actually don't know how much longer this recorder is going to last because we've never recorded this many inputs at the same time.
Oh,
so
boy.
maybe it's not
could be
a
like
terrible idea to call it good.
Yeah. I have had a couple people reach out to me about borrowing my Apex Pro. I will be at Grid Life with a spare, so I'll actually have two. So hit me up personally if you want to borrow it.
Gate is good.
Or if there's a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That,
so
I mean, if there's a bunch of people that want them, we'll
I'm
get a hold of
legitimately scheduling
Apex.
time if you want to get on track with it and borrow it and figure out if that's what you want. And if you do want one, use our
code 1010
Apex.
Apex on the website, or tell us at Grid Life if you want to buy one. I guess I'll figure it out. I will harass their marketing director on site.
Yeah, I was
Until he
talking to
sells
him a
you
bunch today.
So I think that's it, isn't it? Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Oh,
It's a fun
thank
time.
you guys for coming
Thank
in.
you, guys.
We'll
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry in advance. If somebody's been listening this long, sorry about that. But yeah, we'll come back with Adam, and you can harass him about things. How about you pick a topic? You want to pick a topic that you
wanna
want to
come
talk
back next week?
about?
No,
You want me?
2 weeks
Do you want me to toss you some stuff you want to talk about? And
Yeah.
you can pick some. I'll think of some ideas. So
Can
let's
I
do
be
some.
included in this too?
Absolutely,
We need to do I think we need to do dinner
we need to do dinner.
before or after that.
Yes, we do.
Am I
He won't.
invited to this too?
No.
Okay.
He won't do. He won't do French cuisine. We were supposed to go get French cuisine
Yes.
at Django, and then some stuff happened. I think he was sick again.
Probably. He's been sick a lot.
He
And
was sick. It seems like anytime
I
we're
was out
going
of
to do
town,
something that I'm involved with, he gets sick.
How convenient.
That's fucked up.
Has he actually even? Have you
Coincidence?
Have you even met him in person?
I haven't seen Adam in.
Oh, I saw him today.
See, I was actually really.
Oh, that's right. I don't want to
But
sit
did-
by
yeah,
him.
And then he stopped by here when I wasn't here.
I didn't come in direct contact with him.
That would explain
Okay.
why he asked what time Boonie should be here, and then
He did
then
ask
he
that,
showed up
and
when
then
he
he
wasn't
brought
here.
he brought the recorder over here when you weren't here.
Sneaky.
Man, that's fucked up.
That's
I was
not cool.
really looking. I wanted to talk about hair tips with
Because you guys
with
have the same
Adam.
hair.
Yeah, we have the same hair. You know, same regimen, everything. It's like
I believe that.
it's a thing.
And you're both wearing New Balances. Good job.
Oh my goodness!
God damn.
You guys need to probably hang out more. You guys could be best friends.
They might even be the same person.
You never
You've
know.
never
Don't know.
I've never seen you
them
two at the same
together.
time.
To
I
be
could be
fair,
the new Adam.
you could. We live like next to each other.
Days, I'll just slip in.
Dude,
here.
you live like less than a mile away from me. You could just come right over.
You're even sitting in the right spot.
Yeah, you're on the right side.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Discoveries.
I curse more than that.
Twilight Zone.
You do.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's rad.
That is
Gonna
rad.
get cut.
That is totally
No, I'm
rad,
gonna leave
Max.
it in.
Now we just let it
Josh.
go.
Josh, man.
Like
Josh.
Randy loves Dodges.
Actually,
right.
I do like Omnis.
The Omni's pretty cool. Are we gonna sneak up there and fix it for him one day when he's
Yes.
not watching?
Yeah.
I think we kind of know what's wrong with it. If we just throw enough parts at it,
Yeah.
eventually it'll start, right?
It's just money.
Just throw a bunch of money at it, it'll start.
It's got to be an ignition problem.
We'll get
Can't
them
be
all
more
off
than
Rock
a-
Auto.
Can't cost more than an endurance car.
Get them all from
Get a
Rock-
huge box of Rock Auto parts
Shit.
and be like, "You fucking dicks!"
None of them are for this car, though. They're for other cars. Insult to injury. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you
Thank
guys
you.
later.